Hello guys, welcome back to Archive Ryzen. In this video, I'm gonna share some guide and tips about Pact of Antinomy boss that can help you fight her in Brave Squad from Point of Dread gameplay and in Neural Simulation. First, let's talk about the suitable main DPS to deal with her. If you look at her elemental resistance, you can tell that the most suitable main DPS against her is Chaos Elemental main DPS, which means Eternal Enigma and Marian Queen of Pain. While the most unsuitable main DPS when against her is Kinetic Elemental main DPS, which means Haru Absconditus, Marian Swift, and Fanny Lionheart. While based on the boss traits, you can see that the boss have weak spot but also have a destructible part that protect her weak spot, and the most annoying thing is that the destructible part will always reappear every time the boss enter the transition phase to the next phase. Or we can say become invulnerable, or maybe we can say when using her special attack. So due to the boss have destructible part that can protect her weak spot, submachine gun main DPS like Rifle Wild Hunt are not really recommended to use against her, because Wild Hunt damage are mostly come from her shooting damage. If she can't shoot the enemy weak spot to constantly deal crit damage, that will reduce her DPS output a lot. And because the boss have destructible part that can keep reappear every time she become invulnerable or using special attack, sniper main DPS like Yao Winter Solstice or Marian Queen of Pain will also struggle against her, because sniper main DPS really need to constantly deal crit damage by shooting the enemy weak spot in order to maintain a high DPS output. So you will constantly need to waste some shot to destroy the destructible part and expose her weak spot. Not to mention her weak spot hitbox are quite small, and also her frequent moving habit, so if you are having shooting skill issue when using sniper DPS, that will be not tolerable. Unless you have Martial Shadows to give you a static weak spot target to shoot at. So if you wanna fight her in Neural Simulation using Sniper Operative, just make sure to include Martial Shadows in your team. But if you wanna fight her in Brave Squad where you can't bring Martial Shadows alongside your main DPS, using Sniper main DPS in Brave Squad is not really recommended if you have a high shooting skill issue. So if you wanna use other elements main DPS, you can use Fanny Coronet or Katia Klein, because Fanny Coronet have a high crit rate, so she can still deal crit damage even when shooting at the enemy non-weak spot. While Katia Klein is on another level, that she doesn't care where you're shooting at, as long as your shot hit the enemy, it hit. However, due to Pact of Antinomy also have electric resistance on this week's Neural Simulation, Fanny Coronet is not recommended to use in this week's Neural Simulation. But for Brave Squad, Fanny Coronet and Katia Klein is the alternative choice. So in summary, the most recommended main DPS to fight with Pact of Antinomy is Eternal Enigma, where you can use her either in Neural Simulation or Brave Squad without issue, while for other main DPS like Fanny Coronet and Katia Klein is alternative choice. But don't use Fanny Coronet in this week's Neural Simulation. And if you wanna use sniper main DPS like Yao Winter Solstice or Marian Queen of Pain, using them in Neural Simulation will require you to bring Martial Shadows for a better performance, but using Sniper Operative in Brave Squad is not really recommended. While other thing to keep in mind is the crowd control that can work against her is only slow effect. So if you wanna utilize Navigator Squad skill when you want to fight her in Neural Simulation, make sure to equip Navigator Squad on Acacia Redacted. So Acacia Redacted can trigger the Navigator Squad skill when she inflicts slow effect to the boss. Next one is the guide and tips when you dealing with Pact of Antinomy. Pact of Antinomy have two phase transition. The first one is when her HP reaches 75%, and the second one is when her HP reaches 50%. By remembering her phase transition HP percentage is crucial when facing this boss in Neural Simulation, especially when you are using Eternal Enigma, because you will know when to stop charging the enmity stack to detonate the void. Because even if you deal excessive damage and exceed the HP percentage that can trigger her phase transition, her HP reduction will only stop at the corresponding limit and completely ignore all the excess damage from your attack. For example, when I charge the enmity until this much and detonate the void, versus when I fully charge the enmity stacks and detonate the void, you can see both of the HP bar will stop in almost the same percentage, even though the damage is twice times the previous amount. So in case you wanna speedrun the boss, just charge enough enmity stakes to deal sufficient damage in a single blow to reach the HP percentage limit, so you won't have to waste your time overcharging the enmity stakes. The same things will happen when her HP reaches 50%. You can see, this is her HP bar in 50% when using Katia, and this is her HP bar in 50% after getting knocked by Cherno. So more or less, both of the percentage are almost the same. While the second tips is, when she is in her transition phase, if you are using Cherno Enigma, you can still charging your enmity stake by shooting at her ghosting body, even when she is in invulnerable state. Her ghosting body can be clearly seen if you manage to apply any debuff effect to her before she disappears. If not, you can just memorize her position and just blind shot in the middle part between them. Now the question is, can using standard skill also able to apply enmity stake when she is disappear and invulnerable? The answer is yes, it can, if your standard skill hit her. Because when she is invisible, your standard skill will not be able to auto-target her to deploy the void in the correct position. So you can only depend on your aiming direction to deploy the void in the desired position. These tips can really helpful in both Neural Simulation and Brave Squad, because you can speed up charging your enmity stakes a lot in this case. Also, this hidden technique only works for Cherno Enigma. That's why she is the most suitable operative when facing this boss. The last guide is, some of her special attacks are in form of grounded shockwave, which means you can easily dodge the attack only by jumping up. By using this technique, you can still shooting at the boss and stacking the enmity without getting interrupted by the boss special attack. And if you can't predict the perfect timing to jump, just simply spamming your jump button can already significantly reduce the chance of getting hit by the boss special attack. By using jumping up technique, can also allow you to dodge the special attack in her second pass in the 50% HP. When she drops down all the void, you can just jump once to dodge all the shockwave in the ground. However, if she using her second type special attack where she will charging her attack while pulling you to her position, this one will require you to dodge. You can just ignore getting pulled by her and keep shooting at her ghosting body, and dodge at the last moment when she is about to explode. You will still able to dodge all the explosion damage even without a scratch. So it doesn't matter how close she pull you into her position, as long as you dodge at the perfect timing when she about to explode, you can completely dodge her special attack. And the last thing that I want to tell is, don't ever fight her in the black hole area, because only by standing in the black hole area, you will keep getting dealt by her damage over time and dying quickly. So make sure to always stay away from the black hole area in order to prevent your operative from dying. I think that's all from me. I hope you're able to have fun fighting Pact of Antinomy in Brave Squad. See you next time. Cheers.